All dressed up and ready to go. Kobe Bryant right there from a little earlier. Happy Halloween, everyone. The NBA 2K Sports. What can be better? This is Kevin Harlan sitting alongside Clark Kellogg. We'll bring you all the action. And the Warriors on a single-game road trip here before heading back home. It's Laker basketball at the Staples Center. Beautiful day outside. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. They've come out of the gate strong and are off to a terrific start.
This is the start of a brief homestand for them, but they may have a chance here, Kevin, to get some wins in front of their home fans before they head back out on the road.
The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remained to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answered that. Ron brought an element of toughness and physicality. Now, he can be a little wayward and a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions, but typically he overcomes that with his effort and his tenacity and his versatility, I think, at the defensive end of the floor.
And an older guy for a younger, promising, rising player like Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and in the context of the makeup of the Lakers team, I felt Phil Jackson and the coaching staff and the organization and his teammates felt that this would be a good added piece, and so far that's proven to be true.
Very good point. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. David Lee and Andres Pietrich up front. Monte and Curry in the backcourt, and Williams. Let's swing it over to Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. With Kobe getting all the attention, I think the casual observer might not realize just how much Pau Gasol means to this Lakers team. Phil Jackson said there are a number of things he does that are unnoticeable to the average person. And guys, when you talk about defensively, with his quickness to cover ground, with his great passing, and just his overall IQ for the game, Gasol is a huge part of the Lakers' dominance. Kevin, there's just no question about his impact.
He's been the difference in their 2 championships. Thanks, Doris. Down low. Nice finish on the alley-oop. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night. And thinking of those changes with Artest, I suppose you can also say that both Artest and Ariza are so talented it doesn't matter which is in there since they have such vast skill sets.
You know what? You can go both ways on that one.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because they are different players. It does change the dynamic of the team. I think Ariza was a consistent three-point threat as well as being an active, energetic defender. Ron has been a little more streaky at the three-point line, but the physicality and the toughness, there's an intimidation factor, I think, that Ron brings to the court that very few other players can bring. Nobody wants to deal with being guarded by Artest over the course of a ball game because he's frustrating, he's physical, and he relishes trying to get you off your game.
I would agree with that. Reggie Williams was called up from the D-League late last season. He sure did a nice job for the Warriors. In fact, the one game, Clark had a 28-point performance.
Yeah, listen to what Coach Don Nelson said. I love him. He can do the 4 big things. He guards his position, he rebounds his position, he can shoot, and he can pass. I think he's a nice find. They signed him for the rest of the season, and he's got another year on his contract this year, too.
We'll go to Doris Burke now, who spoke with head coach Phil Jackson. And Doris, what do you have to say?
Kevin, I asked him what their plan of attack will be, and he responded basically by saying that they don't want to make this a three-point shootout. He would strongly prefer to use the talent they have on the inside. He wants most of their shots coming from in close, not long range. Quality low-post opportunities is what we're looking for, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. Now, here's Ellis. They really needed more from him in that loss to the Clippers. Just 15 wins for this Warrior team against the West last season.
Yeah, down 3, I believe, from their total the year before. I know their goal is to get back into the postseason, and a good place to start would be by winning against your own conference.
You talk about the Warriors in the postseason. How great of a run was that back in 2007?
Fantastic. It was absolutely fascinating to watch. The energy of that building, the confidence that team played with, and the fans were as much a part of it as the players were. I mean, a lot of good memories from that explosive upset.
Here's Curry. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Clippers. Well, Clark, Coach Don Nelson regarded as an innovator in the NBA.
Yeah, one of the innovations was the point forward position. I remember Paul Pressey being very effective in that role. He's a master at exploiting matchups as Don Nelson, especially going with what folks have called small ball or Nelly ball.
Right. And Clark Nelson says that his talent has generally dictated that he plays small ball with Golden State.
Yeah, no, and well, I think most of that is true. I think part of it is attributed to Nelly being comfortable with the unconventional.
Charlie Bell's checked in for Monte Ellis.
Excellent defense, and the steal earns him a quick bucket in transition.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
Coming from the same division, they'll play 3 more after tonight.
Here's Curry. 1:57 left in the first. Artest against Williams. Off from three-point land. And it's the Lakers ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. It's going to be on Charlie Bell. 4 games, you get to see all sides of the teams in your division.
Oh, yeah, I love that. You see the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Division teams really know each other best.
No surprises here.
None. You see Ron in that Lakers uniform, and you can't help but think of that buzzer beater that Artest had against the Suns last spring.
Curry against Fisher. Curry against Fisher. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Kobe. Hits the quick shot. Kobe's got 16 points. You talk about that buzzer beater. If you look at the footage, he just stormed in front of the weak side 3 line to get it.
Yeah, he sure did, and nobody put a body on him, Kevin. I mean, they were ball golfing, and he was ball pursuing and got the game winner.
Kobe gets the bucket.
They've been dominant at both ends of the floor, so the early lead is no surprise.
Fisher against Curry. Off the backboard and in. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Bryant, that's good on the layup. Great feed for the bucket.
This is how they built an early lead, a relentless and punishing inside game.
Here's Curry. He has 6. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Now a timeout called by Golden State. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
But they just never seem to get on track. They struggle to get into their usual groove. I mean, it seemed like they were disjointed and off balance and tentative all game long.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Ratliff is checked in, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Warriors making a switch here. Udoh gets the bucket.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Lakers leading by 9. And here is Blake. From deep 3-point range, Williams on the rebound. Curry is inside, covered by Artest. Here's Ellis. Takes it up. Connects from in close. Ellis has got his first basket of the night.
He came up big there against the much bigger opponent. Sweet play down low. When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the first. Lakers on top, up by 9.
Well, they're in attack mode now, Kevin. Every time they get the ball, they're coming right at you, looking for contact, and looking for buckets right at the 10.
And we'll see you in just a moment.